Hi quilters! We recently came home from our fall 2022 quilt retreat, or as we like to call it, quilt camp. For us, planning for camp starts almost as soon as we get home from the previous camp. We decide on a theme. This year's theme was Merry Christmas, and we make plans on what new projects and ideas we want to present. About 2 weeks before camp starts, we begin the list making and the packing. 2 days before we leave, the bins come out of storage and it's time to pack it all up. Move-in day starts early for us. I start by doing a really bad parking job and taking up 2 spots to save room for the U-Haul truck when it arrives. It's no fun to have to walk a half a block to load the truck. Been there, done that. Once the truck arrives, it's time to load it up. And just like Santa, we check our list twice so we don't forget anything. We need to arrive at camp the day before the campers arrive with our U-Haul full of supplies and merchandise for the store. Once the truck is mostly loaded, Deanne and I will leave for Okoboji while Dan finishes loading the truck. We need to arrive at the camp just ahead of the truck so that we can start getting the quilts on the walls. We carefully plan to fill the place with a good variety and show off all the brand new fresh samples and our current favorites. We take new quilts to camp every year. Okoboji Lutheran Bible Camp is located at 1203 Inwan Street in Milford, Iowa. It's nestled in a quiet, beautiful neighborhood surrounded by trees near Lake Okoboji. Once Dan arrives with the truck, it's nonstop unloading until the truck is empty. He sets up our checkout station and then he heads back home to return the truck. We work as late as we can. We finish setting up the next day as people are arriving, and once we're done, it's time for shopping. All of our careful planning and lists make the setup much easier. It takes us about a day to get the whole thing the way we want it. All right, we have the shop all set up and I'm going to take you through it. So right inside the door we have the Starry Night quilt. This is gorgeous. We got it done right before we came to camp. And our theme this year for camp is Christmas. So we thought this was most appropriate. Hanging next to that we have some Christmas stockings made with Quilt Smart. Then we have a little shelf here for all our stuff. And then hanging over here on the wall, more Christmas. We have Charming Cut Up. We have Mini Brick Road. Then we have a panel quilt. And then we have our twisted panel with the Santa in the middle there. And over on this side, we've got some of our Christmas fabrics and kits. And then we have part of the fabric wall, which is the grays and the blacks and the browns and the whites and the tans. And then, as always, we bring a little drawer full of notions and thread, because you never know what you're going to need at camp. And then as you round the corner, we have this play quilt. It uses a panel in the center that says play, and the kids could run their cars on the road. So it's a fun little quilt for kids. We have our stabilizers and battings and general things like that. And then we have more Christmas on this side. We have our capital T quilt on the table, made from this layer cake, Create Joy Project, Starflower Christmas. And then, of course, more Christmas on the table. A couple runners up above, Scrap Happy and Simply Charming. The one on the left, Scrap Happy, is made from mini charms. The one on the right is made from charm packs. In the corner, we have Santa hanging out with us. That's a Moda panel. A little more Christmas. And then we brought some books. We brought a wide selection of books. So if they don't have something to work on while they're here, they can certainly find something to work on. Happy Hour quilt is on the table, made from fat quarters. We have bundles to match. And then, of course, a couple more table runners hanging up there. Those are both patterns from Antler Quilt Designs. Doug, our Moda rep, designed those. He does such a good job. And of course, on this table we have some bright fabric. And that, I don't know if any of you will recognize it, but let me know if you do. And this, of course, we have more kits and things to match, books. And then you might recognize the Nantucket mini charm bags. We brought those with so they could see them. And then we have the 3-yard quilt books. We bring a bunch of those because they're fun. Great books when you want to get a simple quilt done with just 3 yards of fabric. And then, of course, we brought a drawer full of our Tiny Ones patterns. So lots of projects they could find in there. Then we kind of have what we call our guy corner. We have like a sports quilt, the beer quilt, red, white, and blue quilt. And then we have some fun fabric up there, cars and games, and then a little bit of wine fabric, because we got a few projects we're going to demo on that kind of stuff. And then we brought some mini charms so that they can do some fun projects with them. We brought the mermaids, a couple more table runners up here, another version of Simply Charming, and then confetti charm. Those are both Peachtree patterns. And then Charming Cut Up in the corner. That's made with a mermaid fabric. We have kits for that. And then we have Baby Express panel quilt. That's one of our new patterns. We brought that sample with the kits. and then some fabric. And then we have the dog fabric, the dog panel quilt. That's also one of our new patterns. And then we have a little 30s section here with that quilt in the background. That's one of our patterns. Charming chevrons. And then Terry Atkinson's new pattern, Making Mischief, because we have a little Halloween corner here. Our new pattern on the right, made with a panel. And then a runner. And so just a nice little Halloween corner. We like to have our Halloween with us, or at least I do. And then we have another panel express baby quilt made with this gorgeous panel. And then we have our color collage quilt over here with the fabrics to match it over here on the left. Kits and bundles. We brought some of our linens with for bag making. And then of course the whole color wall is over here. The red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, all along there. So they've got plenty of fabric to pick from. And then in this corner, we have the fun florals. So we have the kaleidoscope quilt, we have the summer of art quilt, we have a batik flower power runner. And then on the table, we've got our new patterns and their matching bundles and layer cakes. And then this shows you all the fabric we have with us. Really good selection. And then another shelf over here. And then down the middle of the store, we've kind of decorated that up too. We've got shelf units. We put a little Christmas tree because again our theme is Christmas. And these boxes wrapped up like presents are mystery boxes. So there's 3 1-yard cuts that coordinate. We didn't make any ugly ones, in our opinion. And those, will have some fun with those tonight, taking them around to the rooms to the girls for them to play a little game with. And then we have the zippers and the tools and all that kind of stuff along here, and some more fabric, of course. We've got to have fabric everywhere. We have some fall fabric, and then Kansas Troubles, and then Jen Kingwell, a little bit of that on top. A couple of our runners, and then Posy Pops by Terry Atkinson up there. And then, trying to go slow here. We have this tower, this grid tower, and we kind of shove it full of stuff. So we've got patterns to match up all of our things. We bring a bunch of notions, show them how to use different things. And then we have a bunch of panels, stabilizers. We put the panels out so they can see the different panels that we have, so they know what's in the packages. And then on this end, we put rulers. We bring a variety and we showcase some, but then we bring extras because you never know what somebody might need. And then on this side, we have more notions, cutters, ironing tools, gloves, and then we have all of our pre-cuts. So charm packs, jelly rolls, and some layer cakes that aren't out by matching projects. And then there's more stuff on this side, more patterns, more notion kinds of things, some cutesy fun stuff, stuff for bags, sprays, fat quarters, and our little cotton candies, which are 10 2.5-inch strips of a color, so you can kind of make simple projects with them or help a jelly roll go a little farther. So Deanne will take her cart out. She's got a cart that she takes around to the rooms to demo different kinds of things. A lot of fun with that. We have a good time with it. So Here's the camp store this year. While at camp, the quilters are working on their own projects. Deanne will take a shopping cart that we have, load it up with fun new things, and take demos around to the rooms to show off the new things to the campers. The daily schedule at camp is as follows. You get up when you like and you start sewing. Breakfast is between 8:30 and 9, followed by more sewing. Lunch is served at 1 o'clock p.m., and then it's uninterrupted sewing time until the 6 o'clock supper. Your evenings include more non-stop opportunities to do whatever quilt project you like. As you can probably tell from the pictures, Okoboji Lutheran Bible Camp has an excellent setup for a quilt retreat. All of the retreaters at our camp get a swag bag. This year's swag bag contained our Dear Santa Send Fabric t-shirt, 2 mini charm packs, some sample magic pins, a small quilter's reference booklet, and our Quilting Hair Don't Care hat. The camp store is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and they can shop whenever they like. We set up a running tab so that they only have to pay once when they leave. The camp store is also open to the public, so they'll stop in and pick up some quilting supplies and then take a look around to see what the campers are up to. Starting in March of 2023, we are making some exciting changes to our camp schedule to offer more opportunities for you to get in on the fun. Changes include offering 2 different weekends to choose from and a full 10-day retreat. There will also be some options for staying an extra day or two after the first weekend or for coming a day or two early for the second weekend. Information on our March retreat will be available sometime in late December or early January. In 2023, the dates for camp are March 2nd through the 12th and September 21st through October 1st. In 2024, the dates will be March 7th through the 17th and September 19th through the 29th. All good things must come to an end, and so does Quilt Camp. Dan shows up with the truck, and we load it all back in to take it home. If you think you'd like to go on a quilt retreat, make sure you hit that like button, share this information with a quilting friend, leave a comment and let us know, and most importantly, subscribe so you hear all the news about our future camps. Thanks for watching and happy quilting!